ile mitihani inakuja hapo katikati, ingine inaitwa CAT, ingine inaitwa mock, ingine inaitwa mitihani kidogo kidogo, lakini mtihani wa form 4 unafanywa siku ya mwisho. So this meeting therefore is to try and we get together, and we've done this. I think this is the 7th or 8th county now. We have had a meeting with Taita Taveta, with Kajiado, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Isiolo, Samburu, and we'll continue for all the counties of Kenya, because this is part of the work of the Deputy President according to her manifesto. So, nimesikia kuna wengine wananifundisha kazi yangu huko nje. Sasa, mimi, the way I understand my work, this is one of my job descriptions. Yua watu wanaelewa mambo tofauti. This is part of the work I am assigned as Deputy President. So, on behalf of the President and the Government of Kenya, I want to report to you ya kwamba tumekuwa na wakati mgumu wa kiuchumi tangu 2022 kwa sababu ya vile tulichukua serikali uchumi ukiwa. Na watu wengi wakati wanasikia tukisema uchumi ulikuwa mgumu, wanafikiri tunajaribu kuhujumu aliyekuwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Lakini nataka leo ibainike ya kwamba ile hali tulikuta ya kiuchumi sana sana ilisababishwa na vile uchumi wa Kenya na uchumi wa ulimwengu ulifungwa kwa zaidi ya mwaka 1.5 kwa sababu ya ugonjwa wa COVID-19. Si mnajua uchumi ulifungwa completely across the country for more than a year. Hatukuwa tunafanya biashara zote zikafungwa, hakuna mtu kwenda kazini. You can imagine the shutdown of the economy for a year. The damage is huge. That's why by the time President Ruto was sworn in, everything was going haywire. The price of food was skyrocketing, increasing by the day. The price of fuel was skyrocketing. Inflation, prices were going up. Inflation across the board was going up. Interest rates ya bank ilikuwa inaenda juu. Shilingi ya Kenya ilikuwa very weak. It was weakening every day, if not every hour. And before President Ruto and the government could be able to address the other economic interventions, it was necessary first to rescue the economy of Kenya from collapse. Because if you have high food prices, high fuel prices, high interest rate, a weak currency, unless you make certain interventions to stabilize the economy would go the wrong direction. And therefore, for the last 2 years, President Ruto has worked hard. His administration has worked hard. And that's why today, compared to 2022, certain economic factors are now stable, general factors. And I want to put it clearly. Nataka nieleze ya kwamba mambo ambayo serikali imefanya katika miaka miwili imepita ni mambo ya kudhibitisha uchumi kijumla. Na kwa hivyo ile kazi ambayo imebaki sasa kwenda mbele ni mambo ya kudhibiti uchumi wa wananchi binafsi ama uchumi at household level. That is where we are going now. But it took a lot of work to get the Kenyan shilling strong again. It took a lot of work to get inflation under control. From 9.6% every month to now 3%, 2.7, 2.9. The dollar, which was going for 165 to the shilling, 167, now is stable, 127, 128, 130, for more than a year. The central bank lending rates, which was as high as 15.8% last year. For the 1 year, it is going down. And just yesterday, it went down again from 11.25 to 10.85. So we are witnessing stability, what we call macroeconomic stability. Food prices, unga was 240, 250 for 2 kilogram packet of unga. Now it is 100, 110, 120 for a long time now. Fuel was at 217 per liter. Now it's about 165, 167 again, and it's likely to go down the more. Saa hii ni 164, and it's likely to go down again. Hii mambo yote imetendeka kwa sababu pesa ile nyingi ya serikali iliwekwa katika kudhibitisha uchumi, macroeconomic stability, because without that hii mambo ingine tungetaka ifanywe haingefanyika. Nipeane tu mfano mmoja. Unajua Kenya haikuwa na chakula ya kutosha. Mahindi ile tulikuwa tunalima haikuwa inatosha, so tulikuwa tunaleta mahindi kutoka ng'ambo. Na ndio umeona bei ya unga ilikuwa juu, kwa sababu mahindi inatoka Brazil, inatoka Zambia. So ndio ifike isiagwe nini mahindi, bei ya unga inakuwa juu. Rais aliwekeza pesa nyingi, sio kupatia millers kama zamani. We used to subsidize millers. Wale wanasiaga wanapewa pesa ndio wapunguze bei, bila kujali ya kwamba mwenye kusiaga sio atateremsha bei. Kuteremsha bei lazima usaidie mkulima, tuwe na mahindi ya kutosha hapa nchini, bei ya unga itateremsha. Ndio umeona rais, hiyo pesa ilikuwa inaenda kwa subsidies ya consumption, ikawekwa kwa subsidies ya production. Bei ya mbolea ikashuka from 7,000 to 2,500. Wakulima wengi waka afford mbolea. Mungu naye akatupatia baraka ya mvua, bei ya unga ikashuka. Wale watu walikuwa wanavaa sufuria Nairobi wakisema bei ya unga, these days hawaongei na hawasemi ya kwamba unga ilishuka. So that is the work the president and the government has been doing for 2 years. Sasa ile kazi ambayo imebaki ni kazi sasa ya kuweka mikakati ya kuleta pesa kwa mfuko wa mwananchi. And I want to demonstrate to you the programs that are ongoing now, based on what we had agreed with the counties in the economic forums, economic charters. What is government doing as we speak to increase money in the pockets of the Kenyan citizen and create incomes at household level? Jambo la kwanza, hata kama tumesema ya kwamba uchumi uko dhabiti, we are keeping an eye at all the factors that influence macroeconomic stability. Because if interest rates starts going up again, if the shilling starts weakening again, if the price of unga and foodstuffs start going up again, if the price of essential commodities start going up again, we will go back to square one. So the National Treasury and the team, the economic sector of government, is under strict instructions to make sure that all the interventions necessary are made to make sure that we don't reverse the economic indicators of macroeconomic stability. That is the first issue. Ndio bei zisianze kurudi tena kushoot through the roof. Jambo la pili, serikali sasa inatumia pesa ya umma ama kodi kuwekeza katika sekta ambazo watu wengi wa taifa la Kenya wanatoa riziki yao ya kila siku. We are concentrating in funding sectors of the economy where the majority of the people of Kenya derive their daily bread from. These are sectors in agriculture, livestock, including dairy, fisheries for the coastal and western counties, and mining for some of the places with minerals. Those sectors is where we are concentrating in putting money. That's why you've seen we have produced more tea last year than before. The figures speak for themselves. 2022, total earnings from the tea sector, 161 billion. 2023, 181. 2024, 210. Okay? Sio muujiza, interventions to promote earnings, subsidized fertilizer, changing the governance and the legislation around tea to ensure that cartels and other people don't come in between the farmer and their earnings. The same for coffee. Coffee, 2022 season, 2022-2023 season, was selling at $188 per 50 kilogram bag. That is in 2022-2023 season. 2023-2024, it rose to $225 per 50 kilogram bag. 2024-2025, this season, the selling rate now is about $319 per 50 kilogram bag. Coffee in 2022 was earning the farmer an average of 60 shillings per kilogram of cherry. In 2023, it rose from 60 shillings to an average of 71. In 2024, it rose from 71 to 100 shillings or thereabout. Inapanda ama inashuka? Si mkulima anapata pesa zaidi? So those interventions are all over. I just picked tea and coffee. I can talk about very many other value chains in agriculture, including sugar. As you're aware, this year Kenya will not import a single bag of sugar. As you're aware, this year for the first time in many years, Kenya will not import a single bag of maize. So we are working on other value chains that bring money to the pockets of ordinary people across the country. Dairy. I'll just give an example of dairy. 2022-2023, the production, the value of our dairy exports in this region was $4.9 billion. I mean shillings, sorry. 4.9 billion shillings. It rose in the period 2023-24 from 4.9 to 7 billion shillings. I can go on and on and on and on. And therefore, we are making interventions to make dairy more profitable, to make tea farming more profitable, coffee farming more profitable. And the figures for the last 2 years speak for themselves. We are not there yet because we have also to tackle rice, potatoes, wheat, avocado, macadamia, all the nuts. So there is still a lot of work. In fact, on Wednesday, I have called for a technical briefing from all the government agencies involved on these other value chains I have mentioned. From wheat to cotton to rice and all those and avocados, so that we empower farmers, livestock keepers, dairy farmers, we empower them so that they have more returns. When President Ruto took over, the average price of 1 liter of milk was 37 shillings. Today, it is 50 shillings. And we want to take it higher. I can go on and on and on. But the point is that this government is deliberately revitalizing key value chains and in the sectors that help wananchi of Kenya to get income. Because an ordinary Kenyan, where do they get their daily income from? Those who are not employed. They get their income from farming, agriculture, from livestock, whether dairy or beef keeping. They get it from fishing for coastal communities and the communities in Western, or from mining. The majority of the people, about 80%. So that's what we are doing. The third thing that we are doing, because I've talked about macroeconomic stability and revival of the value chains in agriculture, livestock, mining, and fisheries, the third thing we are doing is to provide infrastructure that supports production in those sectors. Because those sectors, if you want tea farmers, coffee farmers, rice farmers, dairy farmers, livestock, beef farmers, if you want them to get more returns, you must provide them with the support infrastructure that helps them produce more and therefore get more. What is the support infrastructure? Roads, isn't it? Electricity, ICT connectivity because of e-commerce of our traders, isn't it? It is roads, it is electricity, ICT. It is also infrastructure around markets, the markets we are building all over the country, so that farmers can have dignified places where traders can come and do commerce, not from the roadside, but from a well-organized place with refrigerators, cold rooms, and good places where even people can come from far and wide and do good business. So it is in roads, it is in power, it is in ICT connectivity, it is in the ESP, the Economic Stimulus Program markets, but also KIPES, the County Aggregation and Industrial Parks. We are building one per county. Ya Kiambu iko pale Githunguri. Kweli ama urongo? It is under construction, it is not ready. We are going to talk about it in a short while. It's 25% complete. National government has released 116 million. We still owe another 133.4 million, which we are releasing this month. And the county government must also now release their part because the total cost is 500 million so that we support them to have that KIPE operational. That county aggregation and industrial park is the first step towards having a manufacturing capacity for Kiambu County and all the counties of Kenya, because that is the place for aggregating products, value addition, sorting them out, packaging them, and then doing a route to market process to make sure that we go to the next level in our quest to be a manufacturing country. So we are providing the support infrastructure to help agriculture prosper. Markets, roads, ICT apps, and KIPES, and all the other things that I've already mentioned about. In Kiambu, for example, we are building many markets from the Muru, DCC place there. No, that's the housing program. But we have markets in Gewa, we have markets, there are 29 markets all over. There are too many. From Goingwa in Thika to Gekambura in Kikuyu, all of them, 29 markets. And therefore you'll be seeing me a lot coming to inspect progress of where those markets have reached.